Okay, this is the definition of derivative part 3, video part 3. Let's do this one. Problem number 4. It's AP calculus, right? And this all these videos are from the official, the textbook of the official AP calculus book. And let's start. What is the derivative of x? It's the limit. It's the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x1 plus h, right, minus f of x1 over h, which is equal, let us substitute its limit as h tends to 0 of f of x1 plus h, it's radical x1 plus h, minus radical x1 over h. What we do here is we, each time, I think so, I forgot to do that before, simplifying out in the other examples we used to take h common factor and we simplified with h in the denominator, but here we can't. And up in the previous examples and here, why we're doing that, why we were taking h common factor. If we substitute h like here, we get radical x1 minus radical x1 in the denominator, in the numerator, because h0, and this will give me 0 in the numerator, and h0, 0 in the denominator. This is undefined form. So here we can't factorize. This means we have to do something else. In this case, we try to change the shape of this, right? To change the form. Let us rationalize the numerator by multiplying with the conjugate of the numerator, right? This is the conjugate of the numerator. For sure, we multiply by the same thing in the denominator. We can't change the fraction. Let's see what will happen. H tends to 0. In the numerator, it's a minus b into a plus b, so square the first, it's x1 plus h, minus square the second, it's x1. Down, we don't have to expand it, just leave it as it is, h multiplied with this, right? Now x1 we canceled it. What left is h1 up. If we simplify h with h here, so we get a final answer with no h in the denominator and with no h in the numerator, and that makes 0 over 0, right? So now we can substitute directly, instead of h its value, which is 0, what left is directly 1 over, without limit because I substituted h, right? 2 radical x1. And this is the derivative of f of x1 at a certain point. So when we have f of x equal radical x, then its derivative will be 1 over 2 radical x. And why is that? Let me do something here. We can say that radical x equal x to the power half, right? Because the index is 2, and here we have 1. Now, if we want to derive this, find the derivative of this, it will be, according to the formula, u power m. How we derive it again? It's m multiplied with u to the power m minus 1, and multiplied with u prime. Same here. It's 1 over 2 multiplied with 1 over 2 minus 1 times the derivative of u, which is the derivative of x. Look what we end up with. It's 1 over 2 x power half minus 1. It's x to the power minus half times 1, because the derivative of x is 1, which is equal 1 over x power minus half. We bring it down, it will be to the power half, reciprocal, right? 1 over 2. What is x power half again? It's radical x. So what is the derivative of radical x? It's 1 over 2 radical x. Let's start with the exercises. Let's start with the exercises now. First exercise, okay, it's we have to find the limit of f of x at f of x equal 5x at x equal 3. All right, let me do it down. Number one is f of x equal 5x. We need to find the derivative at x equal to 3. It's 5. Simply, it's 5. Why? Because if we derive f of x, f prime of x, it will be 5, only the constant number. We can use that formula, u power n, right? U power m. It's m multiplied with u with the 5. 1 times 5, 5 times times x to the power 1 minus 1 means x to the power 0, it's 1, so what left is 5. And we don't have, and we don't care, whatever x is, right? X is 5, x is minus 3, x is 1 over 5, x equal 3, whatever, it will give me the derivative equal 5, because this is an equation of straight line. F of x equal 5x is derivative of linear equation. It's linear equation. It's equation of straight line passing through the origin. And the equation of straight line have a constant slope. This means the derivative, whatever x change, it will be 5. But let us do it as a definition. It's f prime of x again is equal, let's say f prime of x1 is equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x1 plus h minus f of x1 over h, which is equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x1 plus h, it's 5 instead of x, x1 plus h minus f of x1 means 5 x1 over h. Expand, limit as h tends to 0, it's 5 x1 plus 5h. I will not forget this time to multiply the number with both terms inside the factor, minus 5x1 over h. 5x1 minus 5x1 cancel. Also we can now, because it's what left is 5h over h, we can divide by h numerator and denominator. What left is only 5. It's true. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, 4x at x equal minus 8. Same. I will not do it. Same thing exactly. So derivative of f of x when x equal minus 8, the answer will be equal to 4, because the derivative in general equal to 4. Let me go back to here a little bit. Since the derivative of x1 equal 5, what is the derivative at 3, he said in this part, in the number 1? It's also 5. There's no x to substitute with. So it's always 5, because it's equation of straight line. Also for x is equation of straight line, so its derivative is constant, and it will be equal to 4 all the time. F of x equal to x squared, we need it at x equal 5. Number 3, f of x equal x squared, right? Equal x 2x squared at x equal 5. This one will differ, because it's not equation of straight line. The slope will be from point to point will differ, right? Let's say f prime of x1 equal limit of, as h tends to 0, of f of x1 plus h minus f of x1 over h. I want to do this fast because the time is moving. So f of x1 plus h, it's 2 into x1 plus h squared instead of x, minus f of x1, it's 2 x1 squared over h, expanding, limit as h tends to 0 of f of x2 multiplied with the what comes from this identity, so it's 2x1 squared plus 4x1h plus 2h squared minus 2x1 squared over h. 2x1 squared minus 2x1 squared, we cancel them. We take common factor, right? Because h0 makes the numerator and denominator 0. So h 4x1 plus 2h, right? Over h cancel. Now we substitute, instead of h0 makes 2h0, what left is 4x1. Now he wants me to find the derivative at x equal 5. So the answer will be 4 times 5. Remember, it's 20. It's 4 times 5, and it is 20. And that's it. See you next video.